know that you're involved in global efforts like the World Economic Forum and, their work on advanced manufacturing. Would you talk a bit about what's changed and how the world sees manufacturing?
Well, we kind of started touching on it through the lens of COVID, but the
Yeah.
world, if you reflect on the past 5 years, what felt like, oh, this is kind of a black swan event, and I start characterizing it as it's like a flock of black swans. So if another one comes in right now, whether it's, a global pandemic, trade wars, unstable markets, real wars, unfortunately, and so on and so forth. It feels like on one hand things that we took for granted are untangling, say from a global supply chain perspective, but it doesn't actually happen that fast because the world is still very much intertwined in many ways. Yeah, and I think it leads to things like all these big words that we're hearing, like reshoring, nearshoring, and things like that. I'd say that supply chains are reconfiguring because certain geopolitical type of phenomena, people want to understand how they benefit from a market as huge as China, but they don't want a full dependency because they need alternative if the policy changes, for example. People want to manufacture near their customers because they want to beat the competition and like be the first sort of to deliver on time, and maybe they want to pay less tax on the shelf. So there are many reasons that all these things are happening. There's a huge push, like I want different products that are just for me. So build to order, customized to order. What does that mean on the design of your production system and manufacturing capacity? And so it's not just about instability. And like I mentioned before, like everything is manufactured. That's what the human race does. We manufacture things. Otherwise, you don't have a chair and plants and a book and a car, and I don't have a microphone, and like there's no life. So we got to keep doing that for our survival. And, I think that's one of the things I'm really optimistic about.